Today on Suncoast View, Florida schools propose to protect those who are bullied by allowing them to change schools, including the private ones. Is this a good idea? We'll discuss.
There is no known cause and no known cure for type 1 diabetes, but today we'll meet someone who's helping kids cope and conquer life with this disease.
And it's the beginning of a new season at the Sarasota Ballet, and there are more than just dancers on stage in the opener. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to Coral, please. In for Bo Beth, who's enjoying some time off. Coral's the owner of Cutting Loose Salons, so this is fun.
I know. This was a very nice surprise. I love it. Thank you.
We're going to chat and have a good time on a Friday, so we're glad you're with us. And
Thank
of course,
you.
Marsha Panucci from
Great to
Animal
be here.
Outtakes with us as well. Has anybody had any problems with trichosephophobia today?
What?
Yeah, you don't have it, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not feeling really well so far.
It is not an STD, so that's good. It doesn't need antibiotics. It might be contagious. It is the fear of Friday the 13th.
Oh, I don't have that.
Okay,
No,
good.
no.
I said that as fast as possible so they wouldn't hear the phobia part.
Just another day.
Just another day.
And as
All
long
right.
as you're vertical, it's just another day.
At first I thought that might be why Bo Beth is not here, because I do know she is quite superstitious and is not usually amused when we try to play with that. So.
Oh, well, my first boyfriend was number 13 on the football team, and he was really nice. So I've liked that number ever since.
You know, Linda can tie everything to a boyfriend. It's just amazing. I'm hoping when I am your age, I can tie everything to a boyfriend.
Get busy.
Well, my husband does not appreciate that theory, so. Oh, well, it's a good story, though. All right, let's see who's in the kitchen today. One of our favorite male chefs, Chef Joe from Cafe Barbosa. Didn't seem appropriate
Ladies,
to
how we
call you
doing?
boyfriend. So, what are we making today, and what are you playing with? That little pepper?
Yes, it's a little spicy.
Ooh.
We're doing a tuna crudo, a fresh, raw tuna from Hawaii. We're going to do it with a pineapple and yuzu, little pistachio dust. It's insane. You want to go like, you know.
I do?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I've never had that reaction from food before, but.
And you will
You will
attract every
today.
cat around.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to rub myself in tuna. All right, well, that would be new. But you know what? Chef Joe never ceases to surprise us, and we always enjoy the outcome.
Yes.
So we will see him in Cafe Barbosa in the kitchen in just a bit. As you know, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And for anyone fighting cancer, one of the hardest parts is the fear and reality of losing hair during treatment. So today's Makeover Madness is a bit different. Meet Lisa.
And I'm here for the makeover, and I'm having my makeup done and having a wig from the Caring Hair Foundation, and I'm so excited but a little nervous.
Oh, this will be nothing, Lisa, because you have already fought your hardest battle. She is a 7.5-year cancer survivor, and Cutting Loose is, of course, here to help bring us the makeover. And we're excited, Coral, to see what a transformation a wig can mean.
Oh,
Because
yes.
that's just invaluable, I would think.
And I think we always know when our patients lose their hair, but even when they get it back, much of the time it's not what it was
It's
before.
different hair,
And then they're
yeah.
on hormones. So for Lisa, this was really a blessing. And wait till you see her. She looks beautiful.
Oh, well,
I
thank you
can't
for
wait.
bringing that. That's
What fun.
And it's just nice to know, because so many people deal with it and probably
Right.
are so upset and don't
Yes.
do anything to make it better, that you can present an option that does
Yes.
make it better. So.
Years later, so
Yes.
it doesn't have to be immediate.
Exactly. No, that's a great thing to know. And of course, Marsha will be busy this weekend. I understand you found some furry friends. Animal Outtakes is on Saturday mornings at 11:30. And that is the cutest, cuddliest guy ever. Is that a lemur?
Yeah, you know, Linda talks about the guys she met, and I talk about the animals that go to bed with me.
Well, some are more animals.
Oh, Linda.
But that is the cutest lemur, and he kisses and he cuddles, and you cannot fall in love.
And lemur conservation, of course, happening right here on the Suncoast, and I know that's what Marsha will be teaching us with Animal Outtakes. And by the way, if you ever miss an Animal Outtakes or a makeover or anything else, we have a new ABC7 app that you can be up to date with everything. News, Suncoast View segments, you name it. And you need to download this update, though. It doesn't just come in on your phone. You have to go to the App Store and get the WWSB ABC7 Tampa My Suncoast app. Really, it's all there. And you can find the latest Suncoast Viiew moments there. So just go ahead and grab that, and that way you can see the segments when you're on the go.
Oh, this
That
is
is
fun.
great.
Yeah,
I
it will
think
be
I've
fun.
got the old one.
Yep, it doesn't update automatically. That's our big news flash for the day.
That's
so
good to
since the
know.
storm, it's been an update since then, because that's when a lot of people downloaded that app.
That's actually a good question, and it is an update since
Yes,
then.
it is.
So we will
Okay.
continue to spread the word. All right, it is time for our first hot topic, and a controversial proposal about bullying is coming out of the Florida legislature. Republicans in the House want to allow students who are bullied or suffer violence to transfer to another public school or receive money to attend a private school. It brings up more school choice debate and how would the state fund the private transfer. But it also brings up what constitutes bullying and whether this really addresses the problem. This program would be the first of its kind in the country. What do you think?
Well, first, I think there ought to be classes that teach kids what is bullying and why it's wrong. When we moved to Pittsburgh from Atlanta, my son was bullied horribly, and I still regret that I didn't transfer him to another school. I still regret it. So moms, do it if you possibly can, because it can make a difference in their lives.
I have mixed feelings because I don't know. Like in some ways I feel like we're not solving or addressing a problem by just saying, yeah, go. You know, I mean, in a true situation where there is a perpetrator, why should the perpetrator be allowed to stay and then bully somebody else? Like, you got to get the kid into a good learning environment and a safe environment and a healthy environment. But I don't necessarily like.
Well, we
the
moved
other
to
one
Los
sitting there.
Angeles and the bullying stopped, and his whole life changed. So I am
Yeah.
for moving to a better situation when there's a bad situation. Or kick the bullies out of school, but they're going to be back, so that won't solve it.
My girlfriend in Australia has a class for really teaching them what bullying looks like and how not to do it. And I think that really is like to prevent it rather than before it even starts.
Yes.
But it's an amazing program, and I wish we had it here.
Yeah, the school has kind of said they recognize that bullying isn't going to stop. I mean, and I
Right.
guess, Linda, you're proving that. I mean, 40 years ago, it was an issue. It's still an
Yes.
issue 40 years later. I mean, kids will be kids. Some kids are mean to an extent that is not okay.
they
There's a
need to
whole
be
other issue
trained.
about the private school. I don't know. Do we want our state money going to send a bullied kid to a private school?
No.
That's that school choice funding issue. That's a little deeper. But
I think
find
you have
those
to do
bullies-
what you need to do to keep your child safe.
Right.
And if your child is the recipient of that ridiculous behavior, then get them out. Home tutor them, get them into a private school, do whatever you have to do. But if it was my child or my grandchild, out.
And my girlfriend that dealt with this, Florida Virtual School, for those who don't know, is a huge program. FLVS is what it's called. You can get all your education, and especially a high school degree, without ever entering a building.
But that's so sad. They
I
don't
agree.
meet other kids.
Yep, then you're
Learning
missing
to
the
deal with
social.
other people is the main thing you go to school for, I think.
No, I agree with that. All right, you're changing my tune a little bit. I appreciate that. See, you learn something every day here. An organization founded for the development of young men more than a century ago makes a historic policy shift. The Boy Scouts of America will now allow girls. So this starts at the young Cub Scout level, but the genders will be in separate dens. That's what they call their groups. So you'll have a girls' den and a boys' den. Now, the older girls will be allowed to join and work toward an Eagle Scout rank starting in 2019. The Girl Scouts not happy about this move. They claim it's simply to increase membership. What do you think?
We recently had a young lady, Faith Halliday, who chose to do a project for Dante's Den and attain what would be equal to the Eagle Award. She was phenomenal, and in fact, a lot of the news agencies picked up what she did. When I asked her, she said, "Why are you taking away what I've tried to attain, and now we're going to switch it to the Boy Scouts."
So
the
she
Eagle."
doesn't want to be
So
grouped.
she does not feel that that is a proper move, that she wants to stay right where she is and get that high award, which she will in
Right.
a few months, and forget the Boy Scouts.
Aren't we as women trying to be proud, strong women all on our own?
Yes.
I don't want to go join their group. We've been fighting for our own stuff for decades and centuries.
You know, I'm part of that empowerment project, and that's really what it is all about. It's about empowering both male and female, but really empowering women to be strong women. So I agree with you, Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Linda?
Well, I can imagine having to drop off kids.
Well, amen to that.
So I think that's one reason, because you've got to take the Girl Scout here and the Boy Scout there. So Mom says, well, why can't I just drop them both off at the same place?
That would be a simple reason, but one that probably makes a lot of sense.
But I have a granddaughter who's a Girl Scout, and she is so proud. So I don't know.
There's something about the little girls, the little boys. Let's let them be their own people while they can, I think. So age before beauty takes a new twist. Every year People magazine puts out their list of the most beautiful people. Listen to this. Every year the average age of women honored has gone up. Boston University did research. In 1990, the average age of those judged most beautiful was 33.2 years. This year, that age, 38.9. So being closer to 40, apparently advantageous. I know we are very glad to hear that here. And it also means our culture's attitude toward aging appears to be changing. What do you think?
Well, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing?
Yes,
right.
Before it's too late for me, let's change it. Because I'm not close to 40.
Well, and I'm not close to 25, and that's where I get frustrated, is that, you know, it's like the standard of beauty doesn't need to be 25. 25 is beautiful, but so is 45, and so is 65. So I love that we can...
Move it on up.
Okay, and so is 80. How about that? Too
So
high?
maybe it should not be the most beautiful overall, because there's different types of beauty too. I could not look like a 30-year-old.
Exactly.
But there are different types of beauty, so you have to learn to try to attain the kind that is right for you.
And I think People's actually done a pretty good job with that by having, you know, as you can tell by the averages, a wide range of ages, because that's right. What's beauty to you and me and a 25-year-old will all be different.
Yes.
Well, you know, I work with so many young women, and that was the one thing I always try to encourage them, is to enjoy it where they're at. Like, they always want to be someplace else, and I'm like, enjoy being 25, because it's just a beautiful time.
And don't you wonder what that magic age is? Like, I
know.
remember being in the teens and the 20s where all you want to do is push ahead, push ahead. And now I'm getting to the point where now all I want to do is push back. Like, where's that perfect? Where do you hit that
But
equilibrium?
you know, I'm having more fun right now than I've ever had in my life, because I feel so freer. So it just gets better. But
Which
I don't
love
look like
to
a
hear.
33-year-old.
And that is okay. That is okay. All right, I love this. So do you ever type a text and forget to hit send? Well, be aware of what is sitting there. It could be legally binding. Listen to this story. A 55-year-old man took his own life. An unsent text message was found on his phone that cut his wife out of his will and gave everything to his brother and nephew. Now, to be fair, the couple had been having marital issues. They were well known. A judge ruled that the text represented the man's intentions, and it was considered an informal will.
So that's a stretch.
And maybe he didn't send it because he changed his mind.
You know,
That's shocking.
I know.
That's scary.
And it is a little scary that texts are binding or can be deemed binding in some situations.
I thought some wills had to be done 30 days in advance or something like that. Like, it seems like an immediate response to that.
Right.
which
Joey, was this
shouldn't be.
overseas? I know, Joey, yes, this was an overseas story, according to our
Okay.
producers.
Yeah.
So that, you know, it's different in every country. But still, just the whole thing scared me on many levels. First of all, the fact that we all have unsent texts sitting on our phone.
Yes.
They get me in trouble on a daily basis. I know I told you that. Oh, I didn't hit send. So apparently they can be more problem than others. So finally, something we can all associate with, at least us here on TV, unintentional mistakes in TV graphics. So we apologize for the earlier this week, because I'm sure we made some. Here's a Colorado Springs TV station describing a rookie on the Denver Broncos. Rather than labeling him as a tight end, they labeled him as a tight butt. Even better, the guy has the best name in football, and we've already joked about this at home. His name is Jake Butt, and he plays tight end. So now he's Jake Butt, the tight butt, which, by the way, he does also have. I'm just saying. And now the station is the butt of all the jokes.
Oh, that's funny. But it couldn't have. But you know, sometimes the word correction changes what you mean.
Back to text messages.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It changes it to what it thinks you want to say, and you might want to say end instead of but.
Yeah, that is a good one. And Siri has the way of also changing what we're trying to say.
Yes.
I've gotten in a lot of trouble. So Jake Butt is our player of the day here on Suncoast View. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast when we come back. The Sarasota Ballet previews its season opener.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather forecast for this happy hour. Looking good. A few showers around as anticipated. They're moving off to the west right now at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. We haven't had a lot of rain in a widespread area, but some showers have been moving on through, and some of that rain again coming down into the Gulf of Mexico. Some lightning strikes up north of our area and offshore of Pinellas County. You can see one lone shower there just east of Oh, it looks like Lakewood Ranch. It's going to be producing some lightning strikes possibly down the road as it heads towards Sarasota. And then we have other showers along I-275 north of Palmetto and some scattered down to the south. They're not all around everywhere, but there are some now near Venice, stretching up through Nokomis. Currently, we have some sunshine, a few clouds, 84, the dew point way up there, 76. East winds at 11, the pressure 2996, and the forecast through this evening calling for a few clouds and a few isolated showers through this evening, more at 5.
The Sarasota Ballet is about to enter its 27th season, and this year will include 13 ballets in a wide range of styles, including the season opener, The Secret Garden. Choreographer Will Tuckett and dancer Caitlin May are here to tell us all about the story. Welcome, you guys. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
The Secret Garden. Remind us of the story, Will.
Well, The Secret Garden is by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and it's the story of an orphan girl who arrives at a big country house in England, in the north of England. It's very grey and she's feeling very lonely. And it's about how she makes friends, first of all, with Dickon, who is a small boy who lives out in the wilds, and he has lots of friends who are animals. And then they also discover Colin, who is a boy that's been forgotten in the house, and they then find a secret garden. And as they tend the garden, so they bring him, he's been very ill, he comes back to health, and it's about a story of how if you tend things, then they come back to life.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Caitlin, you're going to be on stage as a dancer, but you're going to have some accompanists this time, some unusual things on stage with you.
Yes, they are people, but they're also puppets. So there's a bunch of animals running around the stage that kind of lead Mary, the main girl, through the story and help her unlock the garden and make friends.
So these animals become real to us.
They do. That actually made me jump, and I know what this is. There we go.
So this is the fox.
This is the fox, who really is your best friend in the show.
Well, we brought him to comfort you then. Now tell me you were telling me how these were created.
Yeah, so a dear friend of mine, Toby Ollier, who is a puppet maker and does a lot of work in the UK, designed the puppets. And you can see that the two guys behind, there's various different handles. There's one on the end of the tail there, and so it gives a bit of a tail swish, Foxy. There we go.
So how are you moving that? How do they move that?
So what they're just manipulating it, but if you look at where their focus is, they're always looking into the puppet. So the head of the puppet is just like a person or an animal. The brain is in the head. But then also the puppet keeps on breathing all the time. So the chest of the puppet is always breathing there in his left hand.
Oh, wow.
That way.
This must be complicated.
It is a bit complicated.
For a dancer.
Well, the thing that's great is that actually dancers make really good puppeteers, but there's a really crucial difference in that if you're a dancer, you're the center. And when you're puppeteering, the puppeteer is the center. You have to really not have any ego. It's all about the puppet. It's not about you.
They are still dancing in the ballet,
They are still
correct?
dancing,
Because that's kind of two different minds right there. When my dance body is moving and how my puppet body is moving.
Yeah, it's tapping your head and rubbing your stomach.
Yes, I'm not good at that.
Okay, let's see one of your friends.
Okay.
Let's bring one of the friends up. Goodbye, Fox.
See you later, Foxy.
And this is
There we go.
a rabbit.
love
Oh,
them.
very good.
Rabbits,
The
and they're very cute. The
bunnies.
bunnies are nice. The only thing that I do have to say is that now we made a mistake in the first part, and we were feeding them a bulb, which is actually poisonous for rabbits. So we're very relieved that the rabbits are still fine, and that now we don't feed them daffodils, because that was not the best thing to do.
That's very good.
But the thing that's good here is that they have little springs in their legs, so they can...
Oh, make them hop.
Squeak them
Make
out. They're a
them
bit
hop.
kinky. They can
Oh,
hop that
look
way.
at that.
But they're very
So
cute.
you thought of everything in there.
They're very,
And they have a
very
very
sweet.
rabbit movement there.
They do.
Oh, they're
Yeah, I'm very-
beautiful.
I
They're
think
so
they're quite
kind.
precious. They're pretty
Okay, do
cute.
we have more stars?
Bye.
Thank you,
We'll see you
bunnies.
later on. Bye, bunnies. So
And here
we
comes
go.
a
There we go.
a bird.
The robin
A
and
bird.
yeah,
Oh, and it can
she's
look
very
either way and
it's very
flap its
cool.
wings.
Oh,
A crow!
a
Are you
crow,
friendly?
no.
I don't know with those eyes.
go.
They are so lifelike.
And
He's
the
sort of
crow-
scary.
Well, I can show you. If Crow comes a little bit further down in here, so Crow can open his wings right out there. So he's got all of those.
He looks a little bit sinister.
Yes, he
Well,
does.
the thing about crows is they're very, very smart. But they're carrion birds, so they eat meat, be careful.
Yes.
What can I say? But he's nice. And you can see there, you could operate his head if you want to. Nana. There you
Okay,
go.
look, here comes
There we
all
go.
of his friends. Oh, these
There
are
we are.
totally
beautiful.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Breathtaking.
There you go.
You do begin to think they're human,
Yes.
almost.
They're almost there. They are. They're great friends to have.
Oh, we
What a
do
wonderful
not
show.
want to miss this. The Secret Garden is going to be with the Sarasota Ballet, and for more information, it's going to open on October 27th, and you've got to see this. For more information, go to the Sarasota Ballet website. Next, this week's McCurdy's Comedy has some really unusual background for the comedian. We're going to introduce you to the comedian coming up next.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
This weekend's McCurdy's comedian has quite an interesting background. He's currently the mayor of Hillsboro, Ohio, and he left the bright lights of LA to become a Midwest farmer. Welcome to Drew Hastings. Are you seriously the mayor of a city?
Yes, I'm actually in my 2nd term now.
Oh,
and,
you're popular. Oh, you're popular.
Yeah, and people ask me what made me run for mayor originally, and I used to say, well, I was used to disappointing people on an individual basis and wanted to expand that effort. And no, I think I looked around our town one day. It was a lot like rural Midwest towns, and I said, you know, my God, who runs this place? I could do better than this. And my friend said, well, why don't you? And I said, okay. So that's what I did.
What have you accomplished?
We've really turned our town around. Financially, we've turned our town around. People would tell you that we've done a great job. I get in trouble because I tend to be outspoken. I tend to be, you know, a good example. There's a sign on my wall in the mayor's office that says, "The beatings will continue until morale improves."
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's funny, but you have people that say, "Oh my gosh, that's insensitive. Take that down. I'm filing something." So,
Insensitive to who? Child abusers?
Well, anybody. But you know, we're a city in rural Ohio. We have no HR department, so we're not used to that. In fact, you know, we were interviewing somebody recently. And this woman came, and one of the last stops is you come in and talk to me if it's somebody in our administrative office. And I'd ask her, I was just being conversational. I say, so, do you have any kids? And my administrative assistant yells out, you can't ask her that! And I said, okay. I said, well, when you get home at the end of the day, do you have to pick up a lot of toys off the floor? And so sometimes you just get to things by just skirting around.
Have you ever regretted
And it wasn't
it?
even important to me. It was just, you know.
Have you ever regretted it?
Ever regretted being mayor?
Being the mayor.
No, sometimes the grief that you get, you know, everybody wants something. You know, we had a developer, we were trying to have some land, and he wanted some land for an apartment complex, and he called me up all upset. Well, we can't do that. It's the land's next to the cemetery. How can I build apartments there? And I said, well, why don't you just build senior housing and call it transitional living? Yeah. And you know, have a gate at the back. And, you know, and he didn't see the humor in that, but I see the humor in it.
So your sense of humor is useful in this
useful.
job. You're also a farmer?
Farmer.
How does that work?
Well, I will tell you, for anybody here that thinks that I have farming down pat, I will tell you that last month I chased a newborn calf halfway across my pasture before I realized it was a black hefty bag blowing across the field. So, oh my God, it's caught up in the fence. So it's you know what it is? I was a loft living city guy most of my life. I left Hollywood, got a farm. Don't even know how I got a farm. At the time, my credit score was 6, I think. And I am still, I don't like to admit this, still freaked out. If you've ever spent time on a farm at night, it's pitch black. You cannot see your hand in front of your face. And at night, a possum walking through a cornfield sounds exactly like 3 men with an axe.
All right, you can hear more from Drew Hastings. I have dubbed him the comedian with the most interesting background. He is at McCurdy's through October 15th. You can go to the McCurdy's website for more ticket information. Coming up next, making type 1 diabetes less scary. Stay with us.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions. Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Welcome back to Suncoast Viiew. We're going to check back in with Chef Joe from Cafe Barboso. And Chef, I understand there's a great event happening at Cafe Barboso. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have the Education Foundation for Children of Sarasota tonight. We're doing a 6-course wine dinner.
Oh.
Wines, food from all over. It is incredible. $100 a person to benefit the charity. And we have renowned artist and good friend Marco Bronzini painting live and doing the art for the foundation.
All right, that sounds.
So it's going to be incredible.
That sounds wonderful. A
Yeah.
great meal for a great cause, and
Yep.
that is tonight, October 13th at Cafe Barboso. We'll join in the kitchen in a little bit.
You got it.
Type 1 diabetes, called T1D, is an autoimmune disorder. There is nothing you can do to prevent it and nothing you can do to get rid of it. And this is the reality for more than 200,000 kids in the U.S. Katie Kraft has T1D, and she spends her life and career as a child life specialist helping to make kids' lives with T1D better. So you understand what kids are dealing with.
Yeah, I was diagnosed at age 12. And I think diabetes is really overwhelming at the beginning when you don't know anything about it and you hear about this new life-changing thing you're taking on. So I definitely identify with our families just learning this information out of the blue and trying to figure out what to do next and how to integrate that into your life.
Yeah, and it's overwhelming for the kids. I'm sure it's overwhelming for the parents. So tell us what you do now. What is a child life specialist?
Sure. So a child life specialist is somebody that usually works in a children's hospital, and we wear a lot of different hats in the hospital, but at the end of the day, we're really there to support coping. That takes lots of different forms, whether it's educating a child about a new procedure that's coming up or being there with them during a really scary time. We also do new diagnosis education, so I do specifically work with our type 1 patients often. You can imagine that adjusting to needles in the hospital is terrifying. No kid wants to make themselves bleed or take injections.
Right.
And, so how do you help them become familiar with something like that? We use a lot of play and a lot of art to get kids more familiar with diabetes equipment.
Yeah, let's talk about the art, because you have worked art into this program in some very interesting ways. I know we have some video where kids are actually using, I guess it would be the needles themselves as part of a shot to paint. God, this is absolutely fascinating. Tell us about this.
They make really incredible, just beautiful, expressive works, but we have, paint inside of real insulin bottles, and they can practice drawing up the insulin with real needles, and then they're injecting paper before they're having to practice injecting on their own bodies. It's a really neat way. At the beginning of the activity, most of our kids are pretty scared to even touch the needle or get started, and by the end they're just, lit up and they're very comfortable. They're developing the dexterity they're going to need to take care of their bodies, and they really feel proud of their skills that they learned during syringe art, and it's amazing the transformation to watch them go back to the room and show mom and dad, like, look what I made, and like, I want to help you draw up my next shot, and it's really meaningful to me to see the transformation.
And I would think that's something even adults could benefit from.
Absolutely. Needles are scary to everybody. I don't know anybody that likes needles, actually.
No, I would agree with that. And before we talk about camps, just because I know we kind of brushed over T1D or type 1 diabetes, help people understand a little bit about the disease, because it's not diabetes you get because you eat poorly. It's not diabetes because you're fat. It's not, people tend to lump it all together. Tell us what you can in your words about type 1 diabetes.
Sure. Type 1 diabetes is different because it is an autoimmune disorder, so it's actually your own body, your own immune system attacking those cells that create insulin in the body. So type 1 diabetics don't produce any insulin at all. So it's a complete balancing act between what you eat and how much insulin you take. It's a very dangerous, very touchy disease. If you take too little insulin, you can become very sick, lives can be lost. If you take too much insulin, you can become very sick and lives can be lost. So it really is this fine balance, and as soon as you know that you have diabetes, all of a sudden you're a mathematician. You're doing complex equations to figure out how much insulin to take. You're your own pharmacist advocating for medications. You're working with insurance companies. You're actually administering insulin. Parents have to learn how to inject their kids, or kids have to learn how to check their blood sugars themselves. So very hands-on. Families are just plunged into this medical world that they were never a part of before. So they're there's a lot they have to learn very quickly.
And it doesn't go away. I mean, it's a balancing act you have
So-
forever. So another thing that you do as a child life specialist is you help kids and families meet other people who are dealing with this. Tell us about the concept of camp and why that's so important.
It's so important. I think the reason, one of the best things about having diabetes is being part of the community. It's such an amazing, amazing community to be there. People know what it's like. They understand. They're ready to share. They're ready to help. And I think that you can learn so many tips and tricks from others. For our kids to have the normalcy of watching other kids checking their blood sugar, watching role models also taking injections, they're learning life skills, they're learning more about their bodies in that process. And I feel like those connections of understanding really support people emotionally. This is a very emotional disease. The burden of the day-to-day management. You can imagine how you could burn out, and having that support system is really, really important to your physical health and also to your emotional
And
health.
also for parents. I mean, I can barely get my kids to brush their teeth. I mean, seriously, if I had to worry about them managing a life or death situation, you know, when you send a kid to college, you're sending all of that responsibility with them as well. I mean, it's really, it's absolutely overwhelming when you think about it. Let's talk about JDRF, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. What kind of advances has JDRF been able to do to make coping with type 1 diabetes a little easier?
It's so exciting. What an exciting time to be living with diabetes, if you can imagine that. My nurse practitioner growing up didn't even have the ability to check her blood sugar. They had to use the same needles. They had to sharpen their needles. They had glass needles. They had to boil to sterilize. So we have come so far. I'm actually wearing a insulin pump, and it is attached to my body, and it gives me insulin 24 hours a day. And I'm going to go on a new pump next week that JDRF actually helped fund, and it talks to a glucose sensor that you can insert under the skin, and they talk to each other, and it's the very first iteration of the artificial pancreas, and it makes some independent decisions, which has never happened before. So we've come so far, and there's so far to go, and that's why we're so excited about the gala and raising money for JDRF.
Exactly, and so JDRF, of course, is the organization that provides the research, the funding, and everything to make a difference for everybody who is having the life experience of living with T1D. It's a very, very neat story and organization, and Katie is the guest speaker, and I can tell after talking to her she's going to do amazing, very inspirational. The JDRF Gala is Saturday night. It is called Caribbean Dreams. They are such a great group. I was honored to be there last year. For more information about T1D, you can go to the JDRF website. Katie, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me,
Great to meeting you. Coming up next, another season opener, and this time it's from West Coast Black Theater. Stay with us.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A month after Hurricane Irma, storm debris continues to plague Suncoast homes, how you can speed up the cleanup process. Plus, a fun trip to California turns into a nightmare. Several Suncoast locals on vacation tell us about their experience getting caught up in a wildfire. Now let's get a check on your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. I'll tell you, we are looking at a few showers around as expected. Those are widely scattered, but still producing some moderate to heavy rainfall at times, especially north of us. But you can see one lone storm on there near Lakewood Ranch and pushing off toward the west at 10 miles an hour. Other showers developing to the east of that, too, so it's not quite over with this one cell. You can see some rain near the northern end of Anna Maria Island, also near Bayshore Gardens. Not much going on in South Sarasota County right now. We'll have more in the forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
One of the missions of the West Coast Black Theater Troupe is to provide a place where aspiring young artists can hone their skills and showcase their talents. This is the 5th year of the WBTT's Young Artist Program, and popular singer Tara Connor-Jones is kicking off the new season with her cabaret show. Today, she is here to give us a preview. Take it away, Tara.
Take a deep breath, gonna hold my head up, gonna push my shoulders back and look you straight in the eye. I'm gonna flirt with somebody as they walk by. I'm gonna sing out, sing out. I believe I have inside of me everything that I need to live a bountiful life. With all the love inside of me, I'll stand as tall as the tallest tree, and I'm thankful for each day that I'm given, both the easy and the hard ones I'm living. But most of all, I'm thankful for loving who I really am. I'm beautiful. Yes, I'm beautiful. And I'm
Wow! Woo! You are awesome.
We are
oh
speechless.
my
Oh,
goodness.
thank you so much.
Is that in your show that you've got coming up?
Yes, that is in the show. That is the finale song.
Oh, from The Color Purple.
From The Color Purple, yes, one of my favorite shows, my
Which
favorite
you
music.
did
at West Coast Black Theater.
I did, yes.
So tell me about some of the other things in your show.
It's a pretty eclectic show. It has some classic jazz, a touch of gospel, and some Broadway tunes. And the gist of it is, it's related to my life. Over my life, I've experienced many types of love. So to say here is love means in spite of what love has brought me, whether it's been heartache, pain, happiness, joy, that I'm still here. And love has me here.
That is beautiful. That
Thank
is
you.
beautiful. Because you've done so many shows with the West Coast Black Theater.
I have.
I've seen you be many different people.
I know, and then this weekend you'll get to see me as me.
And you be you. This will
Yeah.
be really, really fascinating. Well, of course, the show is coming up this weekend. Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous, specifically because I will be standing alone and not with an entire cast.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've performed so much. You've done so
Yes.
many different things. You've been overseas, but yet you're nervous to do this.
I'm always nervous. I was nervous when I got up this morning to come here. I'm always nervous. I'm a little nervous still right now, but it's okay. One of the things I believe is that vulnerability is okay.
Yes.
And
yes.
that as humans, we like to see someone else just be human.
It's real.
Yes.
Like if I make a mistake, I might. I'm probably gonna say, yeah, that didn't go quite right. Let's start it again. But that's okay. And that's one of the things I want my show to show.
Because we
It's
relate
okay.
to you. You touch our hearts. We really feel you inside us. So it is so beautiful. We've been so lucky to have you here all these years. And I can't wait to see you, because I have seen an angel. I've seen all kinds of people. I'm not sure, was that angel really you?
Maybe not.
Well, here's when her show is. You do not want to miss this. It is going to be October 15th and 16th. For more information, you can go to the West Coast Black Theater's website. Next, it's time for our makeover reveal. But first, we're going to hear more from Tara. Take it away again, Tara.
Love lifted me. Oh, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Oh, love lifted me.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful. That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled, and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded, so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Welcome back. Today is Makeover Madness, and it is a little bit of a different style makeover. We are working with a 7.5-year cancer survivor because your hair changes when you're battling cancer. This is Lisa when she came to us today, and her hair is covered. And let's bring Lisa out and talk about the difference a wig can make. Look straight ahead and smile because you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
So Coral Please from Cutting Loose is with us, and I love that we're doing something a little different because Coral and Lisa, I'm sure you can attest to this. Once you've been through cancer, and congratulations on being 7.5 years surviving.
Thank you.
Your hair is different, correct? It just wasn't what you wanted or it used to be?
No, I used to have a lot of hair, and now that I'm on anti-hormone treatment, I do not have my hair anymore.
So this is a very viable solution, Coral, for women who are not happy with the hair they have.
I think whenever we think about cancer, you know, cancer patients, when they lose their hair, it's devastating enough. But when it does come back, even the first year, it's definitely not their hair. It's a different texture, it's curly, it has still all those chemicals. But even as we see Lisa, 7 years later, it's still not the hair that she had. So what a wonderful opportunity to be able to have a beautiful, beautiful wig.
Yes.
Joyce Ward has as a local wig maker here. So it was really fun because Lisa's hair is really short and red. And so she gets to be a beautiful blonde.
And do you like this? Is this a look that you would rock?
Yes,
You
definitely.
look very elegant. I mean, it could not look more natural.
She did a great job, Grace Ward.
It's a gorgeous wig. Yes, with a beautiful cover as well.
Tell them about the wrap a little bit.
Well, this is Karen O'Donnell, who makes wraps for cancer survivors. You can actually wear this and get chemo through your port.
And it's very, very elegant. So this is
different
Caring
designs.
Hair Foundation is behind the wig that,
Yes, it
that
is.
Lisa
Joyce
is
Ward.
modeling. That's Joyce Ward. So you have that information. And just a congratulations to you. You look beautiful.
Thank
we
you.
wish you the best of health. And you know what? It is okay to need a wig. Absolutely. We're going to head to the kitchen with Chef Joe after this. Stay with us.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A new change to the plan for the Atlanta Braves spring training stadium in Northport. How the change will put local business in the spotlight. And taking a quick look at your first alert traffic, right now we are seeing backups northbound on I-75. Congestion seems to be between the Fruitville Road and State Road 70 exits. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
We had a lot of rain right there where you just mentioned too, Jacqueline. Some showers and storms continue to work their way off to the west right now. The heaviest now near Tampa. Also near Lakewood Ranch, now west of Lakewood Ranch, pushing through the airport near Bayshore Gardens. You can see that motion is from the east to the west. And there are some spotty showers to the east of I-75, so we can expect a few disruptive showers through this evening. Right now, the heaviest rain from Bayshore Gardens southward to Sarasota. More at 5.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This is an important medical announcement. Barred IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a barred IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Barred Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the barred IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Coming up Monday on Suncoast Viiew, are you ready to be spooked by the big screen? We're getting in the Halloween spirit by asking our film guy about monster movies. Manatee School for the Arts will be here with their talented teams to preview their musical, Into the Woods. Our beauty expert is back with limited release products you won't want to miss. And Geyer's Sausage Kitchen will be in our kitchen.
Welcome back, and we're here with Chef Joe from Cafe Barboza. And what are you doing?
Well, we're doing a beautiful raw tuna dish that in Italy they call crudo. Japan is obviously sashimi, right, without the rice. And so, but what we're doing is we're going to add some flavor profiles to it. This is for the event that we're doing tonight for the Education Foundation, and so we're going to start by just cutting tuna really paper thin.
Is that a special knife?
Wow.
This one is right here.
Oh, okay.
But this one is too. Yeah.
So you're just good, because that was really thin.
Yeah.
That's thin.
Yeah. I lived in Japan for 3 years and worked under an incredible master there, and named Kumagai Kihachi.
Oh, you say that well.
I understand. I know. So, and he taught me, you know, the knife skills are the most important thing for cutting sushi. But this tuna comes from Hawaii. It was in the water on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We have it here.
Wow.
So what I want you to do, Linda, is I want you to get a little bit of crushed pistachio, and you can get the recipe is on the website for ABC, yeah?
Perfect.
Here?
So, yeah, just go sprinkle all around. Don't be shy.
Oh, I've never been called shy.
Right.
Okay.
And now we're going to do a little bit of salt, right?
Okay.
And you can get some pepper and just put it on these two right there.
These didn't get salt, should I?
No, I did that already, so
Oh,
this way
okay.
we can talk a little bit.
Right.
So, and then we got some chilies now.
Do we have to chop those? What are we
No,
gonna do
these are
with them?
chopped right here. We chop them,
okay.
and we chop them like really fine because this is a really hot Thai chili, right? You see these? See those seeds?
Yes.
I don't want to be anybody, if you can't eat the whole one, so tomorrow morning, you know, you'll be cursing and...
Oh, so you took the seeds out, or you just made sure we're only getting a little bit?
I'm making sure you get a little bit.
Okay.
Very good. We'll trust you.
So we take one little pepper, right?
Oh, they
one little
must be
slice.
hot.
Oh, they
You're
must be.
putting one on each.
only,
Get one,
right?
Linda.
Okay, I've
Good
got
thing Babette's not
Right.
here. She never listens to that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, that one
there's
got
two.
Don't-
Okay.
and then we get a little bit of the pineapple, right?
But you can be more generous with pineapple
Yes,
than
I can.
peppers.
Right.
So
Okay.
offsetting flavors, the spicy and
The
the
sweet, absolutely.
Nice.
Right? And then we take a yuzu. This is yuzu right here. Yuzu is a cross between an orange and a lemon, comes from Japan.
Oh.
So it's like a beautiful mild citrus, and we just lay that, just like pour it right on top. Right?
So is that what cooks it?
It doesn't really cook it. It does, you know, we don't leave it in there long. This is fresh key lime juice.
Oh.
So the key lime juice will give it a little bit more of a cook, right? And then this is Sicilian extra virgin olive oil,
Oh.
right?
Chef Joe is all about his ingredients, as you can tell.
Right? So that's all, let that get full of love. Then we get some fresh cilantro and just rip it right on top, right?
And Joe, does it need to sit and kind of cure, or do you make it
No, immediately.
immediate for table?
Immediately for a table. So I want you all to taste this. And then we get a little bit of ginger. Right?
All right, well, as we get to taste a true work of art, this is tuna crudo. It is at Chef Joe's Cafe Barboso, where he is having a wonderful 6-course dinner to benefit the Education Foundation. It is tonight, October 13th, and this is one of the courses. Of course, when you go to Cafe Barbosa, always amazing pizza. We've got Mama's Sunday sauce, Grandma's Sunday sauce. Meatballs.
Zucchini stuff.
Zucchini.
Yes, we are big
Exactly,
fans.
right.
So, all right, thank you, Chef Joe.
Okay, let's all
Don't be
take a
shy,
bite.
ladies. Everybody
Come on.
take a bite. I'm the one that has to talk, so I'll get the last bite. Great to
Marsha.
have Marsha with us today. Coral, thank you for joining us as well. Great makeover. Uh-oh. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast Viiew. I'm going in.
Awesome.